in a deeply heartbreaking story. Shared online, a Nigerian man has come up and he has recounted how he lost his wife and how he himself barely survived. Okay, after their family mistook their son's mental illness for a spiritual attack. Crazy, isn't it? It is crazy and it is sad. Not only is it sad, it is painful. This tragedy is painful, not only because of the loss involved, but because it reflects a very, very common Nigerian reality, where mental health symptoms are quickly labeled as witchcraft, village people, enemy at work, jazz, or demonic manipulation, instead of being treated as medical emergencies. I'll be right back.
And then
Welcome back, people. Let's watch this. Okay? Let me see if I can hear.
he cut my head. So blood was just gushing out. So I did it like this, and then he went into my belly. I didn't know he had already attacked my elder daughter, and my wife has already been killed. I didn't know that. I thought I was the first person he was attacking. So I was pleading with him not to kill me. Then a neighbor, she came out. I saw her, and she was shouting at him, "Stop, Ben, stop. Don't do that to your daddy. Don't do that to your daddy."
In the weeks before the attack, Benjamin had been acting strangely, and his family were concerned. Strong Christians, they saw his mental health issues as spiritual.
I thought it was demonic attack that he's got. He was seeing things and saying things, and sometimes I tell him, "No, this is not what you are saying. It's not true. This is not that." And then he was praying a lot, so I was also praying with him and with my wife. Sometimes I pray for him for long hours.
After his arrest, Benjamin was detained under the Mental Health Act and later diagnosed with schizophrenia.
I had not even heard of that word. If I knew, I would have taken the initiative. I would have done something about it. Because it's not, praying for someone to get healed doesn't mean the person doesn't need medical attention.
Exactly.
It's a regret.
Yeah.
It's a regret.
It's
If I
sad.
knew, I would have done both together. Both seek the medical attention and also keep on praying for him. What I would say to him is that he should be able to forgive himself. And he should remember that we have not stopped loving him.
Oh my goodness.
We are forgiving him. So he should forgive himself. When I was lying on the floor, I said it to myself, if help doesn't arrive within a minute, I know I'll go. I'll be dead.
This is a story about how blurred lines between spirituality and mental health led to a family tragedy. Stabbed on his doorstep by his own son, Joshua Obenim remembers how close he was to death.
I saw my son outside the door of my daughter with a knife. So I asked, what is going on? And usually he's someone who listens to me. So I just said, give me the knife. I stretched forth my left hand. I held the blade. And then he said, don't try it.
What?
And when I got out, I saw that our neighbors, both of them were not in. So I crossed over the street, knocking the door hard and shouting, help, help, please call police, we need help. He just came and met me there. and then he cut my head.
Hmm.
So blood was just gushing out. So I did it like this, and then he went into my belly. I didn't know he had already attacked my elder daughter, and my wife has already been killed. I didn't know that. I thought I was the first person he was attacking. So I was pleading with him not to kill me. Then a neighbor, she came out. I saw her, and she was shouting at him, "Stop, Ben, stop. Don't do that to your daddy. Don't do that to your daddy."
In the weeks before the attack, Benjamin had been acting strangely. And
Wow. That's crazy. I don't even know where to start. But according to the man's account, his son has been behaving strangely for a while. Right? And instead of seeking, medical attention, the family did what many Nigerian families would do. They would pray. Oh, they prayed. My people, prayer does not cure everything. No. They prayed. They fasted. They anointed him. They took him for deliverance. What did they not do? And then they concluded that he was under a spiritual attack. Unfortunately, while they were focused on the spiritual angle, the boy's condition worsened. And in a tragic turn of events, he ended his own mother's life. So when the father tried to intervene, where is this? Oh my goodness, sorry about that. Okay? Where was I? The father only survived by a narrow escape. Very narrow escape, my people. I don't know, but I just believe that this incident shows how arrogance, fear, and the stigma around, mental health can push Nigerian families into dangerous, even fatal decisions. Not only Nigerian families, a lot of families. Okay? But then let's look at why mental illness is misread as spiritual warfare in most families. I'm going to talk about in Nigeria. Okay? Because that's where I'm from. Once someone start talking to themselves, once they start acting paranoid, we will say, or when they start hearing voices and all that, we will say it is village people. They become aggressive. They are hearing voices. They are withdrawing strangely. They are showing unusual behavior. The first thought that will come to many families is, hey, they do them. It is jazz. This is an attack. It is an attack from the enemy. This is coming from my village people. Somebody wants to destroy my family. Oh my God. Somebody wants to take the life of my children. I'm not saying that spiritual beliefs are not valid. They are valid. While they are valid and they are a part of our culture, the danger is when spiritual diagnosis replace medical care. Even your pastors are going to the hospital. Our society is deeply religious and many people have more trust in their pastors, in their prophets, their imams, their babalawos, okay, their herbalists. A lot of people have more trust in their prayer houses than in psychiatrists, than in psychologists, therapists, or hospitals. But the truth is, unfortunately, This leads to situations where mental health conditions like bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, psychosis, severe depression, all of those things, trauma, just to name but a few, PTSD, all these conditions are ignored until they become very, very dangerous. Now, when spirituality overshadows science, it becomes a deadly mix, people. Faith is powerful, yes. Prayer is important. But even the Bible itself says, my people perish because they lack knowledge. Because they lack knowledge. This boy needed evaluation. He needed psychiatrist care. He needed medication. He needed monitoring. He needed professional support, guys. He needed all of those things. But the family assumed it was spiritual. They acted based on fear and not understanding. That wrong assumption cost them their wife, their mother, nearly cost another life. Now, I want to say that this story is not new. Many Nigerian families are suffering from the same. A lot of families are chaining mentally ill relatives, thinking they are possessed. People with depression, they are being told to pray harder. You heard what the man said. He said, I prayed for him. I prayed so much for him. He himself, he was praying. People hearing voices, being taken to churches instead of hospitals. People with trauma, they are being accused of marine spirits. They are being accused of being possessed. Children with special needs, they are being labeled as evil, or you call them ogbanje. This tragedy that has wounded a lot of people, they are preventable. Mental illness is not a cause. It is not a spiritual attack. It is not a sign of weakness. So it is a health condition. It is a health condition just like malaria, just like asthma, just like diabetics, and it needs proper treatment. What do we need as Nigerians, or everyone? What do we need to learn from this tragedy? Mental illness is real and it exists everywhere. We must stop pretending that it is a foreign sickness or it is a spiritual label. Yes, prayer is important, but medical help is necessary. The same way you pray and take malaria drugs, you pray and seek psychiatric help too. Early detection can actually save life. Strange behavior is not always an attack. Sometimes it's a cry for help. Stop stigmatizing mental hospitals. Psychiatric help is not madness. It is care. Families must protect themselves. Because if someone becomes violent, confused, or unstable, and you ignore it, you heard what happened to this man. Faith leaders must stop discouraging medical treatment. I'm going to stay on that one for a while. Because these same religious leaders and all of them, they go to the hospital. Religion is a guide. It should not mislead you. Let's look at the human side of this story. A family has been changed forever, whether we like it or not. The most painful part of this tragedy is the emotional wound that this thing has left behind. A husband is mourning his wife. A child whose mind has betrayed him. That child has lost his mother. That family will never be the same again. Our community is in shock, right? But that tragedy could have been prevented. And what we are hearing is the true cost of ignorance. This is a call to action to all of us, especially to us Nigerians. Let's normalize mental health checkup. Be going to therapy. Go and seek psychiatric care. Early intervention will prevent a lot of things. You need to understand what you're dealing with. You need to have compassion for the people that are going through this. Let us stop the culture of tagging everything as spiritual attack. It's not everything that is spiritual attack. Let's stop the culture of keeping mental illness as a secret. Let's stop that suffering in silence, waiting until things get out of hand. Let us protect our families. And how do we do that? We do that by gaining knowledge. Because when mental illness, when it goes untreated, it does not only affect the sick person, it affects the entire household. It affects everybody. Now, this story is not just about one family, it's about all of us. It is a reminder that fear, stigma, and spiritual misinterpretation can end people. This is a warning that ignorance is dangerous. Let this be a wake-up call for Nigerian families wherever you are. Balance faith and medical wisdom. Mental health does not mean madness. It means a person is struggling, and struggling people deserve help before, tragedy strikes. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. My name is Femi, and I just wanted to talk about this. I would see you in the next one. Like always, continue to stand in your power. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.